Hello everybody and welcome to another ReliTrax training video. Today's topic is setting up the client profile, also known as enrolling them in their treatments and in their groups. So to do that, you have to be on the client's profile, which is where I'm at right here. Down at the bottom of the screen, you should see an option to either add a single treatment to the client's page with this drop-down menu, or right next to it, if you know you have multiple to add, you can use that option as well. This pulls up a list of everything that your agency offers. In this list, I'm going to go ahead and select a few things here. I'm going to select a group treatment, an individual. I also know they're going to have to do an intake and an assessment with me. If you know that you want to receive UA test results from one of the testing labs that we interface with, at the bottom here you can select one of those options. And that way those UA test results can link to the client's profile. All right, now all of those treatments have been added to this client's page, meaning they're going to be working on each of these things. Right now, I always like to just take a minute to explain a common mistake that I see across various agencies. People think, okay, every time the client comes in for, let's say, his individual session, they think they have to add the treatment to the page again. So they'll come here, they'll find the individual, and they'll add it again. You do not need to do that. So what ends up happening, I'll add this one here. They have individual counseling listed a dozen times right here, and they think, okay, that's the date right here next to it, that's the session date. That is not true, that's not accurate. This date right here, the starting date, this is just the date that I added this treatment to the client's profile. That's all it is. It is not an attended session, and you do not need to add these treatments more than once unless they're actually doing it more than once. So if they're doing an individual counseling with myself and an individual with another counselor, then I'd have two different ones. Otherwise, I should just need the one. Remove that. All right. So now I have my treatments here that I'm listed. The next step is to enroll them in, if it's a group, to tell ReliTrax what group they're going to be attending, or if it's an individual session, tell ReliTrax what counselor they're going to be working with. Same with the intake or the assessment. So I'm going to click the pencil next to my relapse prevention group. And I'm going to enroll my client in right here where it says group name. It's got a drop down. I'm going to enroll my client in that group. So they are going to be attending Wednesday, 5 p.m. After adding it, you should see the name of the group over on the right side of the screen. I'm going to do the same thing for the individual counseling. I'm going to click the pencil next to it. And instead of group name, it says counselor or staff name. So who's the counselor that this client is going to be working with? I'm going to select myself. And again, I'm going to save. All right, and you can see it's just starting to build over here. The intake and the assessment, they're going to be the same. It's just asking for the counselor that the client is working with. So I can select other counselors. And it just enrolls the client, gets them on the right caseloads for my counselors, and we're good. The other thing, the last thing I'll show you with this, if this client is on a sliding scale, for some reason they're paying less per session, let's say for the relapse, I can also click that pencil, and right here where it says fee per session, my default charge is $20 per session, but if this client is struggling and I'm going to say, okay, you can only pay $10 per session, I could adjust that here, but it leaves my default for every other client who is enrolled in that treatment. It's going to leave it as 20. So this client is paying $10. Everyone else is paying 20. And that's it. That's enrolling the client in their treatments and in their groups. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video informative.